You think I would learn by now that the sun is always in the same spot and to not ride towards it in the morning, but no, I'm dumb, and yeah, my bad. So it's a Saturday, and yep, I got up a little early this morning to get out before the heat came. It's been super hot lately, still, because, you know, it's summertime. But I thought I'd head up to Iowa Hill Road, which is this road right here, and probably gonna make my way up into Forest Hill. This goes the back way up there. Ugh, sun. So a couple things got brought up about why I bring up these little error codes that pop up and some of the issues that I have with the bike. I just want to kind of put it out there and kind of let you guys know what it's like to own a Pan America. Maybe you've gone through the same thing with yours if you own one. Just kind of show everyone that even though it has these little hiccups, especially mine's a first gen model, mine's a 21, that they're not that big of a deal. Now, don't get me wrong, there has been some major issues with some of those bikes out there, and that's going to happen. It can happen with any bike, and just prove that point, I've been talking to some guys that just got the new BMW GS 1300, and they're having their own set of issues, and they are those teething issues. That's all it is. Now there's some major problems and there's some very minor problems. Most of them are minor problems, or not even problems, honestly. But the 1300 is a brand new bike. It's just got released, what, this year, last year, something like that. It is a brand new bike still. So Harleys aren't the only ones that go through these teething issues and that have kind of had, I don't know, those owners aren't the only ones that have that experience. And the reason I want to bring all these things up and just kind of let you know what's going on and what it's like to own the bike after 51,000 miles. How many miles do you have on there? Almost 52,000 miles in 4 years of owning the bike. Just kind of want to put it out there, and this is what to expect, or these are the problems I have. But also, I have noticed that there's a lot of just like, oh, you're a piece of junk, you should get this, or you should get that. Okay, like I get that you like your bike. I mean, you better like your bike. You better have some kind of bias towards your bike, otherwise, why'd you buy it? But I do have that with mine. I have a very big bias about my bike. I love my bike. I think this bike is awesome. Would I get another bike? Yeah. Do I care what brand it is? No. I'm not super brand loyal. I don't get this has to be this brand and only this brand. And really? I think it should be kind of reversed. Like the dealer or the motor company or the company, like the manufacturer. The manufacturer, there you go, that's the right word. I think the manufacturer should be that way towards his customers. Because you're the one spending your money on it. You're the one that's keeping them in business. They should be like brand loyal to you, if that makes any sense. It's what keeps them paid. And speaking of that, there's some news in the Harley universe. I'm sure most of you know this already and are probably tired of hearing it. They have announced who's going to be their new CEO. And I kind of have mixed feelings about it, but not really, because I honestly don't really care. Hopefully they can do something. So it sounds like just because there's a new guy and based on what he's done in the past with other companies, I don't think it's going to be that much different, unfortunately. Make the bikes better. Make them more affordable, but without cutting corners. There's really no competition because there's no one really making a bike like a Harley. You can argue that the Japanese V-twins that are out there are more competitive in price, and they are. However, there's a certain feel to a Harley that you really can't get anywhere else. Even with Indian or Polaris, you can't, or like Polaris, no. I'm sorry. It's not the same. I'm sure they're cool bikes. They're not my thing, which is weird. Because growing up, I always loved Indian motorcycles. I thought the Indians were super cool. I thought they were cooler than Harleys. I really did. But then when you get on them and you feel them out, I mean, yeah, they ride great and everything, but there's a tactile feel to a Harley. Even with this one. And there's more plastic bits on this one than on any other Harley. Maybe not the Sportsters or the Nightsters, I should say. There's maybe, I don't know. There's a feel that just feels solid with a Harley. So I don't think anything comes close to them, but maybe that's why they have such a high price tag now. I don't know. I hope that gets better. I really do. Yeah, but as far as things being a significant change in what they are doing right now, I'm not hopeful. I'm really not. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope that things turn around and they go a different direction and they're more focused on their core audience and those diehard guys, and also try to get new writers on. See, okay, there's something. I don't understand why they got rid of the Iron 883. This is something that I heard and it made a whole lot of sense to me, and kind of had this thought since, I had my Sportster 883, and it was such a good bike to start on. It really was. And you can argue that whole the girl's bike and yeah, I dealt with that. I did. You just kind of have to. It's fine. You're gonna take some shade just because it's just part of, the community. It's just part of it. You're gonna catch flack for anything that's different from anybody else. I was a 33-year-old dude riding a Iron 883. So yeah, people were saying it was a girl's bike and it's such a small bike, but that bike was so solid. It was such a solid bike. I don't understand why they got rid of the Sportster. Like, why would you get rid of something that was selling? Holy crap, that thing was selling because it was affordable. It was getting people on the bike. And yeah, when I bought mine, it was above 10. So this is the part that concerns me with the global expansion and wanting to make it doing that with the brand, which is fine. It's fine. But from what I understand, the reason why they got rid of the Iron 883 and the 1200, basically the Sportster Evo engine, is because it wasn't Euro compliant when it came to emissions. And so I guess they just figured they didn't need to make it anymore if they couldn't sell it anywhere else. But you could have sold the crap out of them in the US still. I think they were still the best selling bike because they were so affordable and it got people on bikes. And even the dealership, when I bought mine, had that. They're a stepping bike. They're a stepping stone to get into a bigger Harley. It just opens the door to people to be in this life and this Harley community, and it was an affordable gateway. It's their gateway drug. It's their gateway bike. That's what it is. And why they got rid of it, I still think is probably the biggest mistake Harley has done. Even more than the AMF crap that happened. Getting rid of that Evo engine, that Sportster Evo, was a horrible call. And I guess you can now find a very similar bike that's like a Chinese knockoff. I don't know. There's a Chinese company that makes basically a iron clone. Yeah, that doesn't fly here. Sorry. Chinese companies don't fly here. Besides CF Moto. I'll give CF Moto that one. CF Motos, they're making some cool stuff. So I think I'm getting further up the mountain where the sun's going to be back in my face going this direction. So I'm going to cut it short right here. If you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Leave a comment if you guys have a thought on any of this, on the new direction, and I don't know. Let me know what you think. All right, guys. See you later. This part of the ride always reminds me of indoor. It's like I'm on a speeder bike. There's a dirt road down there. I want to go down there. Oh, it goes to the creek. Oh, I didn't make it back home before I got hot. That one's got a cool jumpy in front of it. I like that. Let's not be on the opposite side of the road. People do not care about lines, and it looks like neither do I. My bad. Oh, I'm stupid. I was stupid this time. Why would I say that? I'll figure this out. It's a road. You're gonna go the same direction. I think my back end just slid out a bit. Out of the way, squirrel. Yeah, so I don't know how long I'm. So I don't know how. Jeez.